Hey, hello. Hey, everyone. I got a special treat today. I have Sage here, Sage Polaris, a launch copywriter and a strategist, and she's going to go over her color-coded copy system to help you all do better work with your clients, because I know some of you are doing some of the copy and learning to be copywriters. So say hello.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Emily. And yes, I want to talk about the color-coded copy system. So that being said, there are 4 people you should invite to every writing session that you have for your client's work. And I'm gonna go through them and tell you the 4 types. And if you have a pen and paper, this is a good time to grab it, and that way you can actually take notes on this. I often tell my clients who hire me for a VIP day, I say, this is the part where I'm going to teach you something that will make you money decades to come.
Amen.
Yeah, it's so good. So there's these 4 buyer types, and whenever they land on a sales page, you need to be aware of the 4 types because they make decisions differently. So the first buyer type we're going to talk about is the fast decision maker. They are the ones who land on a sales page or read an email. They're already looking for the link or the button. All they want to do is click and take the action. They've already decided pretty much whether or not they want to work with you. Emily's a fast decision maker. Yeah. So for them, don't make them wait, right? Like at the top of a sales page, I'll give you a full rundown of what all 4 buyer types are looking for, but specifically for the fast decision maker, they want a button. And the only thing that will make them click that button faster is a testimonial right below it, ideally of someone they recognize. So let me give you an example. I'm getting ready with this beta launch, and I have a button for people on the page, and it says enroll now. The word now really triggers our like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to take an action. So I often put now on an action call to action button. So it says enroll now, and just below that button, I have a testimonial from Laura Belgray, who is a well-known copywriter, right? Because I know in my audience, I have a lot of copywriters who buy from me. And so if they recognize Laura and they're a fast decision maker, they will click that button even faster.
Yes.
And
so
go ahead.
Oh, that's so good. That's such good advice.
I
love it.
Yeah. And so what's great is when they click on that button, it actually takes them down to the pricing section, because often I have 2 pricing options on a sales page. And so with the fastest decision maker, they click the button, they go to the 2 pricing options. Fast decision makers often go for the higher price. That's why we love them. Like if you have a pay in full option, they tend to prefer that. Yep. And yes.
I like my bonuses. I like my savings. And I'm like, I'm in it anyway. Let's just do it.
Yeah. So when you do your pay in full, give them a little savings. Totally, Emily. I remember when we talked about you joining my mastermind, it was so sweet. You were like, yes, I'm in. Where's the button? Done.
Yeah, that's kind of how I roll.
I loved it. Yeah. So that being said, those are your fast decision makers. Now you have 3 other decision makers. So the second decision maker I want to talk to you about is the slow decision maker, who I am. I am someone who lands on a sales page and I will want to read the entire thing. The only thing that keeps me engaged to read the entire thing is at the very top, you need to say who it's for, right? So for example, my beta program is for e-commerce, like product-based businesses. It's for service providers like copywriters, designers, Facebook ads managers. And it's for, who's the third group of people? Course creators, right? Yeah. So my program, at the top of the page, I say, it's called the color-coded copy launch booster for these 3 types of people. So the slower decision maker, if you don't answer that at the top of the page, the only reason they keep reading for 2 reasons, and you want it to be the good one, not the bad one. They keep reading for a good reason if you identify that this is for them right at the beginning, and they're like, okay, now I want to know more. If you don't identify them right at the top of the page, they get frustrated because they're reading only to find out, is this for me? That's the question in their head. Is this for me? Is this for me? Is this for me? That's all they're thinking as they scroll down the page. So people often ask me, do I really need a long form sales page? And my answer is yes, and it's for the slower decision makers. The only time I would say you can go with a medium instead of long form sales page is if the price point is a bit lower and you want them to not think about the action too much.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I would still have those two things we talked about. Testimonial button says who it's for. The third decision maker that I want to talk about is the deep connection decision maker. So this person, they love beautifully branded imagery. So they connect with the visuals of your page. So as much as I love talking about copy, the images matter too.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really important. And the images have to match with the copy, ideally. That makes a strong visual brand and a strong language brand. So then those deep connection decision makers, they feel connected to you because they like what's in the image. There's actually a photo of me, and I know my deep connection decision makers right away. They're like, part of the reason why I hired you is because you have a picture like this. Picture with a pin under my nose, and it's kind of silly, but it reinforces that I'm a writer. And I can't tell you how many people are like, that's why I clicked on your thing, that's why I wanted to work with you. And I'm like, okay, all I got to do is stick a pin under my nose. Perfect.
Oh, silly. Yeah, I'll do it. Trust me.
But I feel like too, Emily, with your recent I guess promotion that you did for your quiz, Dependopotamus, like that picture is it's of a hippo. If everybody here hasn't seen it, I highly recommend going and taking her quiz. But that picture of that hippo is very memorable, and it's not of you, but it's referencing something funny, which actually brings us to the fourth decision maker I wanted to mention. So yeah, we went over fast, slow, deep connection. And the last decision maker is the fun-loving decision maker. Yeah. So when you have a fun photo of a hippo who I think has a skirt on, does your hippo have a...
No, he's naked, but he's really cute and fat.
I love it. So you have this picture of a hippo. For the fun-loving decision makers, they go gaga over that stuff. They love music lyrics and puns on your sales page or in your Facebook ad or whatever you're doing. That stuff is really memorable, and they are the ones who tend to wait to the very end of your cart to buy. They're the reason that we send like 9 emails for a promotion or more. I literally have people who know what type of decision maker they are because I taught them, early on when they came into my orbit. And then they'll write me and be like, okay, I'm a fun-loving decision maker, but can I still get in? I know I'm late, but can I get in?
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize the fun-loving people were at the end. And I know that about me too. Like, I'll wait. Like, if it's not, it'll be circulating, and then I'll wait to the last decision. But I also appreciate like the humor, and I want that in things. Like, I don't want to do another boring thing. So I think I'm a mix of 1 and 4.